Good day or good evening, welcome to the class. Today we're going to do some folding forward, and they can be more relaxing actually, it's known as surrendering to Mother Earth because you're going down, you're releasing, and it's more kind of relaxing, but we will do some stretches and things, of course. Just starting off as usual, lying on your mat with your feet on the mat, knees bent, and having your head comfortable if you need anything to support you. So just getting into that position now and feeling that the earth is supporting you so you can let go, which is very important. And then gently closing your eyes. And just focusing on your breath. When the mind looks outwards, it is swayed by the heavy winds of the world. But when the mind focuses inwards, we can find our centre and rest in stillness. Are you able to do that today? Just breathing in, breathing out, feeling the breath through the tip of your nose, not doing anything particularly with the breath. And then we're going to say a little mantra to ourselves. The meaning of mantra is not just a concentration focus. Mantra means thought protection, a method of protecting yourself, taking yourself beyond thought. So the mantra can be just be, or the mantra I quite like for today is right here, right now. Right here, right now. So just focus on that for a little while. Breath and saying this mantra to yourself. Here, right now. So just focusing on another 6 breaths. Saying your mantra to yourself. Or you can even say it quietly out loud. And letting go with the body. You may hear a noise, it's the wind blowing down the chimney. It's not my breathing. And start to stretch the left leg out, bend the right leg in, hold around the shin, below the knee, keep the chin and shoulders down. Have a stretch out, bring your knee a little bit up closer, stretch the left leg out, and then hold the knee with the right hand and stretch the left arm out behind you. Just lengthening through, it doesn't have to be right on the floor or anything if you can't do that. And then bring the arm down, bring the foot down, place the left foot on the mat, extend the right leg away from you, bend the right knee in, hold it there, bend both knees in, and then hold the left knee in, stretch the right leg out, hold both knees in, stretch the other leg, stretch both arms out, bend both knees in, breathe. Then rolling onto the right side, come up, just sitting on your block for a moment, and crossing your legs, hands in Namaste, lifting the breastbone, shoulders down, back and wide, lifting the crown of the head, not the chin, and then hopefully you've got another block, or you can use your fingertips either, but try and keep all this up while we start to do a little stretch forward from there, just gently. If you've got a block, it's quite nice, you can have it low level, a little bit higher, but mainly keeping all this going and starting to bend, stretch forward a little bit without collapsing. And then coming back, back. Going to get up, do a couple of some salutes. Oh, it's fairly warm, isn't it? And on the mat. Okay. Hands in Namaste. So you should be on the front of your mat. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back, knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down, smoothly into cobra, down into dog. Breathe in, stretch right leg forward. Breathe out, left one. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down, smoothly into cobra, down into dog. Breathe in, step forward left. Breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back a little bit more. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank, tummy up, bottom down. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down, smoothly into cobra, elbows in, down into dog. Breathe in, step forward right, get it there with the hand if it doesn't go. Breathe out left, breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste, last one, breathe in, stretch up and back a little bit more, breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back, breathe out, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathing into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, left foot forward. Breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. And into Namaste. We've got to keep that sun going, haven't we? So, just getting your breath back. And then we're going to go into dog pose. We're going to, in a minute, have a block under the heels, so just get a block ready. There you. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, a little bit back. Spread the fingers. Now, middle finger in the middle. All the fingers nicely spread. Tuck the toes under. Breathe in. Breathing out, suck the tummy in. Lift high as you can. Breathing out, bring the heels down. Move the shoulders away from your ears. Allow the shoulders to become wide. Breathe. There, breathing in, breathing out. If you move back any more, bring the rib cage back towards your thighs. back of the thighs towards the back wall, or wherever you are, towards the wall behind you, and then coming down. This time we're going to bring the block behind and have our heels on the block. So start off putting it in place. Have the heels on the edges of the block, and make sure the foot is lined up with the side of the block. Coming forward. And this will give you a bit of a different feel. And press hard with the heels and move your bottom back a lot. Now, what I want you to do is see if you can lift the feet off. This will give you a lovely, lovely stretch on the backs of the legs. Try and move back so there's not too much, you're not bringing too much pressure on the arms here. See if you can hold it, breathing. And bring the feet down again. Once more, lift. Breathe. It's good work of the kneecaps, lift, the backs of the knees, the thighs, nice calf stretch, lovely. And then come down, you can come into child, toes together, knees apart. Just fold your arms, place your forehead on your arms and release there. Take a couple of breaths there. Up, and you'll need a chair, so you might want to get a chair now. Right, and a belt. Okay, so I'm going to do some stretching here. So, in front of the chair, in Tadasana first of all. So. Nice standing posture with strong legs, feet together, spreading the toes forward, being on the four corners of your feet, feeling very secure. And if you're a bit wobbly today, you can have another chair beside you, or something that's stable near you. Okay, and we're going to place the foot on the chair. Bring the belt round the ball of the foot and stretch along the chair. Okay. At the moment we're using both hands to hold the leg belt. We're trying to keep the hips as even as we can and the foot straight up, so we're really stretching the backs of the legs here. If you've got a chair that's got a lower back and you're supple enough and not going to lift the hip too much, you can put this on top of the chair. This is a little bit high for, otherwise my hip's going to get out of line, so I'll leave that up to you. But the chair must be secure. And breathe. And lift up. Good Tadasana, strong legs, spreading the toes, you've got a good base. And placing the right foot on the chair, belt round the foot, then stretching out. Stretching out. Lifting, keeping the body up. Stretching the heel away, the toe towards you. Really feeling a lovely stretch on the back of your legs, the kneecaps as well. They're lifting up towards the hips. The hips are trying to get even here. So you haven't sort of pulled that hip forward or anything. And up. Breathing. Lovely So we can do a chair dog pose. Hands on the seat of the chair, nice and firmly. Move back, 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 back. The feet now under your hips, feet facing forwards, and you get a nice stretch on the arms as well. You feel it all the way here under the arms. Keep the shoulders away from your ears though, the head in line, not lifting it up, dropping it. Feel that the whole spine is lengthening. You can bring the feet back a little bit and stretch more, but make sure your chair is secure. Breathing. And then this lovely, lovely stretch. Then you can come in a little bit maybe and start to walk the hands a bit down the chair legs. So this is the start of the really, isn't it? Walking down, walking down, walking down. Try bending your knees. Then you bring your thighs in contact with your ribs. Breathe. And you straighten again. So it's up to you how far you want to go down. Should be getting a stretch without a good stretch without a strain. You should be able to breathe normally. If you can go a little bit further, bring the hands down, bring the feet back, and back to normal dog pose. Breathe, bring the shoulders away. And then we can walk the hands forward into Uttanasana, forward bend. So, forward, forward, forward. And remember we did the tummy work the other week. You can feel this really working up and inhale here. Now, if you don't get this far, take a block and bring your hands on the block. You can use this to help you. Bring your hands on the block. Can you bring your hand a little bit forward now and look up? Keeping these legs really working still. So you may need the block because then you can look up even more. Bring the shoulders back. That depends how you go. Or even this way if that's difficult for you. Look up a little bit more. And then just try going down, see how it goes. And perhaps bring it here. Can you keep the tummy working, the legs working? Now, if you're more advanced and you can bring your hands down, it's the back of the hands. The legs should be straight up and not back here. That's easy, it's the back of the hands are here. Shoulders are not hunching up, they're kind of away from the ears and relax there. You can, another thing you can do is hold the big toes with the first finger and thumb round. You might be able to stretch a little bit forward from there. Come down and only if you're advanced and down a lot. This is the bringing the hands under the feet. So the whole of the hands are covered. The toes are up to the wrists and you're pressing down with the toes. The legs are stronger, so they're going to always win. Let the head go. So this is only if you're flexible or advanced enough. If not, then stay doing one of the other things, this one or the block. So another breath or two. Then place your hands on your shins, look up and forward, breathe. And then slowly breathe in as you come up. And your legs will have had a very good stretch from there. So just have a little wiggle out.
20 minutes.
And, okay, let's go into a child position to release that, that'd be really nice. So toes together, knees apart, and doing the full child posture. Out without glasses. You might need a block for your head, or a block under your top of your heels if your bottom doesn't go down. So it's coming forward with the head just lightly on the forehead, backs of your hands by your feet, comfortably releasing down. Take a few breaths there. Say 4 breaths. And then breathe in, come up. Stretch your legs out. First, then cross your legs, sit on the block. Cross your legs the other way to when you started, and then have a stay. Just take another couple of breaths there. Okay. Okay, we're going to get up now, and I'm going to do trikonasana, but we'll use the chair to get a bit more of a stretch out to the side. So have your left foot on the edge of the, lined up with the edge of the mat, the outside of the foot, and the right foot coming, make sure the toes are lined up here, and you're going to turn the right toes out, keep the hips to the front, and stretch the right arm up. So we're going to do trikonasana to the chair. So lengthen the right side, breathe in, breathing out, place your hand on the chair. Now bring this left hand behind you, and you can give me a wave here with the hand, and the arm is now lined up with the leg, over the leg, okay, not in front here, or a little bit uncomfortable, have it too far back, and so you can really get a nice extension the side body here. Make sure the head's not doing anything funny, it's in line as much as you can. This will give you another nice stretch on the backs of the legs, or this, particularly this right one. Then bring the arm up, just straight up, and then with fun for a change over the head here. Again, trying to bring it more or less in line, and you get a nice stretch both sides. Breathe, smile. Lovely. And breathe in, come up. And then let's do the other side. So I'm going to turn around. Straight. Okay, so the right foot now in line with the side of the mat, the outside of the foot. The toes in a straight line. So nice and even, and then turn the left toes out to face under the chair, the hips forward, and then stretch the left arm up, really stretch that side. Bring this right arm behind you, fingers around here, breathe in, breathing out, and move the hips over to the right, stretch to the left. Now, is the line of the arm directly in line with the leg? Then bring this top shoulder back, so we're trying to get all in line here. Make sure you're trying to get the head in line with everything as well. Breathe in, breathing out. Then stretch the right arm up, so not right back here or forward, try and get it in line. And then start to move this left arm away if you can, and bring this arm over. So a little bit of a variation here, but we're trying to be all in line and stretch both sides. Lovely, breathe in and come up. Bring the foot to the front and if you've got I've got a little bit of a, it's a side of a breakfast bar there. If you've got a wall, it'd be quite handy. And bring the chair in front. And I'm not using my mat, it's not slippery here. Or you can do this on your mat and just bring your chair in front of you. We're just going to do a wide leg forward bend with the chair. So I'm going as wide as I can, but so a wall or something like this is really helpful with your posture. And bringing the heels just an inch or so away. Now you'll feel the difference when you start to come forward. So be careful, the tummy has to work. So as I'm stretching forward, you might see that my bottom's coming up, my legs are staying against the surface back of me. I can lightly bring my head on the chair. If you haven't got a hole in the chair here, you can just keep stretching the arms on the side of the chair here. But this gives you a lovely, lovely stretch, and it's quite relaxing. Oh, it's really quite nice. So it's kind of stretching and relaxing at the same time, which can't be bad, can it, really? Stretch your arms. And what's interesting is coming up again. So be careful here, keep the back long. So you can use the chair. Tummy's really got to work here, hasn't it? Use the chair, use the chair. It's this last bit that it's really a bit of work. Oh, move your shoulders back if you've got a wall there. It's nice. Oh, and then bring the feet in. And I think we can dispense with the chair for a moment. And we're going to be sitting on the mat now. And we're going to do upper vista first. That's wide leg. Looking down, coming forward, so coming to the back of your mat, and you can go nice and wide. Now, you probably need a block. And now, both the heels should be on the edge of the mat if you can. If you're not so wide, as long as they're evenly stretched, that's fine. So just find a place where you're evenly stretched. Move the flesh away from so you're on your sitting bones. And sitting up from there, bring the hands behind you. Stretch the legs. Have a toe wiggle. That should be on your spider fingers, fingertips here. And we're going to come a little bit forward. Okay, so we're not coming forward at the expense of dropping here. This has really all got to be up straight, and the bend is from the hip crease here. So do have a block. That's really helpful to walk forward, unless you know you can walk forward without it, or just do a little bit. It's better to do a little bit accurately rather a lot, doing a lot and doing it wrong. Okay, so we're going to just come a little bit forward, just easing a little bit forward, a little bit forward. Oh, see how it goes. Hold it there, breathe, keep the spider fingers, look up. That will help you lift your chest. Look up all the time as you go forward. Smiling. Breathing. So, without straining, softening into these hamstrings and the inner thigh muscles and everything, you have to go carefully on an out breath, releasing. Releasing, not straining. Breathing. So it's up to you how far you want to go. And then coming forward, forward, forward. And the legs might need a little help. And just bending the knees a minute and just releasing a little bit. You can have a little slump just for a couple of breaths. And then we're going to go into Dandasana. So again, make sure that you're on the sitting bones. Move the flesh away. Stretch the heels. Hands behind you so you can sit up. Can you make space between all of your toes? If you can't, just think about it. Just will them to do it. They'll still be kind of trying, even though you can't see any movements. And of course they've got a long way to go for the brain, haven't they? Okay. We're going to do Janusasana, head to knee. So bringing this heel in, bringing the knee out a little bit. You can have a little support if your knee's wagging about and it's uncomfortable. And this hip, we're trying to get the hips even and bring this one back. Breathe in and lift, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Breathing out. Bring the fingertips either side of your leg, and if you want to do a bit more, walk forward. Again, all this has to be lifted. So look up. Look up. And forward, forward, forward. Now, if your ribs are down on your thighs, maybe you can reach your foot and bring the left hand and the right. Soften the shoulders, maybe the head will go down a little bit, but do not force anything. Then they come up and change. Okay, to Dandasana again. Bring this left heel in towards you. Bring the knee out. If you need support, put it there. But if the leg is down, hip touching here, that's fine. And this foot, as you see, is working here. I'm flexing my ankle. Breathe in and lift. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Tummy's got to work. Coming forward from the hip crease. Hands, fingertips either side of your lower leg. And if you can keep all this going, looking up and coming forward, a little bit, a little bit. Okay, do not overdo it. This might be, even here, you'll be working. Looking up, coming forward. If the ribs are going over the thigh here, maybe the head will take you down. Maybe you can get the right hand and the left hand, but not pushing this one if it's not for you. You're going to come up. And release. Just got to uncrinkle my mat a minute. And we're just going to do a quick Paschimottanasana. Bring the sitting bones back, stretch up, and come a little bit forward, forward. So again, without straining anything. The hands, you can have a little bit on the ankles if you can't reach the sides of the feet. Look up. Again, it's all from the hip crease here. Drop the head a little, arms out. Shoulders down. Some of you may be able to reach further around, but we won't get into too much of that at the moment. Some people can even bring their hands together. And very carefully come up, look up, breathe in, come up, and counter pose here is the Z pose. So come up on your knees, with your feet straight behind you, arms in front, breathe in, breathing out, and just move back. You'll feel it on the thighs here and get to that point where if you went further then you'd fall down. And breathe in, breathing out, come back, 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 everything straight. Getting a nice stretch on these front thighs. Now, And forward again. Once more. Breathe in, breathe out. Back, back, back. Ah, lovely. And come up and down. And how much time have I got? All together?
15 coming up. This is the 5 minutes.
5 minutes and...
Well, you've got 14 minutes to go.
I've got 14 minutes?
Maximum.
Okay, you've got more than I thought. Okay, we can do a little lying twist then. So, lying down, arms out, feet on the mat, shoulders down. Just let the body rest from there. Breathe in, breathing out, so just a nice easy twist. Just let the knees go over to the right. Keep the left shoulder down, though the top body hasn't done anything. Just let the knees go. Now you'll be on the sides of your feet. And let the knees go to the right. Breathe in and come up. Feel centered again, make sure everything's even. Breathe in as you breathe out. Just let the knees go over to the left, the feet, sides of the feet come up, just on the other sides of the feet. Nothing's happened to the right shoulder or the upper body. Let the knees go over and relax. Breathe. Breathe in and come up, and now we're going to ready for Shavasana. We just do a little legs up with the hands under the bottom, just before Shavasana. So you can have the legs up that way. You could put a block under your bottom. Make sure your lower back's well supported though, holding the block. And legs up. So either way, just to let the legs relax a bit. It doesn't matter if the knees bend a little bit, the legs are up, and everything's flowing down and releasing your legs. Another 3 breaths. See if you can straighten your legs a little bit. Knees a little bit, just knees slightly bent. Take a couple of breaths. Bend the knees in towards you. Couple of breaths. And then bring one foot down, other foot down. Slide out the block. Get ready for relaxation now. So, if you need something under your head, if you need something to put on and you're getting, you're going to get cold, then do that. And just lying down. So start off with the feet, your feet on the mat. The cushion's quite nice under your head and neck actually as well. And then arms just flowing out from the body. So the palms are up. Then stretch one leg carefully out. Other leg carefully out. Legs just a little bit apart. And then let the legs go. Walk the shoulders down a little bit. And just the head if you need to. And release from there. Just closing your eyes. Letting go. Softening your toes, soles of your feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs. Soften your hips and pelvis, tummy, ribs, chest. Your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands, fingers. Arms of your hands very, very soft, right through to your fingertips. Soften your jaw, tongue, throat, all the small bones and muscles of your face, releasing any expression, just let it go. Let your eyes drop down, away from your eyelids, looking gently into your heart center. From the corners of your eyes, bridge of your nose, all around your forehead, your hairline, your ears. Just giving all your weight away to the earth. Attention now back into your body, move your hands and your feet a little. Place one foot on the mat, the other foot on the mat. And your knees into your chest, roll to the right side. Hold it there with your knees up. Another couple of breaths. Push onto your hands and knees. Come up to sitting on the block again with your legs crossed. And namaste under your breastbone. Lifting up and just closing your eyes. Place your hands on your knees lightly and just reading a very nice book I've got, The Things You Can See Only When You Slow Down, and it's about relationships really and balance. I won't go through the whole story. It's about two people that go on holiday together for a couple of weeks, and they're very friendly and everything. And started off a few days it was fine, and then they got a bit fed up with each other and started arguing a bit, and I didn't like it very much. So one of them suggested to go off on their own sometimes. So when they did that, and then one of them, whose idea it was, said, "Oh," was thinking, "Oh, it's not so good because you haven't got anyone." They were doing a thing with backpacks. What's their backpack when they went to the loo, or when they ate alone? They didn't like it very much, and also talking about things as they went along. And then they realised, he realised that, oh, perhaps it wasn't so good after all. And it's getting that sort of balance. And what he says is, from this experience I realised that the art of maintaining a good relationship can be compared to sitting by a fireplace. If we sit too close for too long, we become hot and possibly burnt. If we sit too far away, we cannot feel the warmth. Similarly, no matter how well we get along with someone, if we stick too close without building in some personal space, we soon feel trapped and burnt out. It's easy to take the relationship for granted and feel resentful about not having enough privacy and independence. On the other hand, if we put in too little effort to stay in touch with friends and family, we can't feel the warmth of their love. Striking a balance is key. So I know obviously things at the moment are different, but there's advantages and disadvantages to everything, isn't there? You know, some people hate being on their own, some people love it, that's a new experience, some people it's all too much being with people, but so it's quite interesting. I hope you have a good week. Thank you for attending. Namaste.